Are you looking for a solution to redirect your old pages to the new one? Well, today we're going to learn all about 301 redirects in this video. So the first question that I would want to answer is, why do you need a 301 redirect? There are multiple scenarios under which you would need it. The first one would be that you've gone ahead and changed the URL of a page. So the new URL is different than the older one. As a result, anywhere or any place where the older URL is linked will now be broken, since it's no longer pointing to the new URL. Now, if you are based on WordPress, for posts especially, WordPress does do an automatic redirect, but for pages, that does not work. You will need to set up a redirection. What also happens is, if you've internally linked a page within a newer article and you've deleted the older article since it's no longer relevant, that will again cause a 404 error. Now there's no redirection here. So a user who clicks on the article link and goes to the page is now left stranded with a 404 link. And this is a blunder, because users will most probably bounce off. In order to engage the user, good practice would be to redirect them to the right page. In case the page you want to redirect them to does not exist, you can redirect them to the home page or the right section. For example, if a sporting article has been deleted, it's a good idea to redirect them back to the latest news in the sports section. Or in the case of a tech website, if you've deleted an older smartphone review, you might want to redirect them to new smartphone reviews that you've done. That is going to be helpful. So now I'm going to show you the exact steps that you'll need to take in order to get redirection set up. I would first want you to go over to your WordPress dashboard. So I'll begin with an example of deleting an article so that you will see a 404 error or probably a page not found error. So in order to simulate this, I'm going to go ahead and delete an older article on my website so that any articles that are linking back to the one I'm deleting will give a 404 error. In this article, as you can see, evolution of football is linked. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this particular article. So in this example, we're going to go ahead and delete this particular article. So I'm in the WordPress dashboard in posts. I'll go ahead and delete this article. As you can see, this one is trashed. Now, if I were to go back to the same URL, there's a 404 error, which means that any internal link for this particular web page will return a 404 error. Even if Google has indexed my page and is ranking it, so any visitor who's coming from Google will get the same error. So this is something that you wouldn't want. If a reader is coming from organic search to your website, you wouldn't want them to be treated with a 404 error. So the best way of doing it would be a redirection. So let's go ahead and do that using a plugin. So on WordPress, I would want you to go to the dashboard, go over to plugins, and at the top in the search bar, you can search for redirection. So the first plugin is the one that I would be using. It's very popular. It's from John Godley. It's very popular. You can just go ahead and install the plugin. Once that the plugin is installed, you can go ahead and click manage plugin. So now that the plugin is installed, let's go ahead and set it up. The plugin works very simply. You have to put in your source URL and a target URL. So the source URL would be the URL in which the error is found, and the target URL would be the page on which you would want to redirect your users. Let's go ahead and start the setup for this one. So this redirection plugin gives you the option to monitor changes in posts and pages. If you are an editor who has multiple authors with you who do go ahead and change URLs in order for SEO optimization, I would want you to click the checkbox in front of this. So this will give you a log of everything that is changed. Keep a log of all redirects and 404 error. So any page that gives a 404 error, this plugin can maintain a log for you. I would want you to check that box as well. You can go ahead with continue. It also gives you the option to import existing redirects. At this point, I do have about 4 of them. It's your call for your website. If you have a lot of redirects already in place, it's a good idea to import them to the plugin. I'll go ahead and import them as well. It quickly does a test for the REST API. It's all good. You can go ahead and click finish setup, and it's going to complete the entire setup process. Once it's done, you can hit continue. Now, if you've selected import existing redirects, it's going to import it. If you've not done it, you can go ahead and hit continue. That's done. The installation is done now. And here's the log. When you are on this page for redirection, I would want you to go to the redirects tab. That's the first tab itself. So this will give you a list of all the redirects that are on your page already. Now that we have the older redirects imported as well, I would add a fresh redirect and show you how that works. So as you can see, this particular URL that we deleted, the article that we deleted, I would want you to copy the page in which you're getting a 404. This is the article page in my instance. I would paste that in the source URL. Once that is done, it would ask what URL would you want your users to be redirected to. So in my case, I would want them to go to another article which talks about the sport of football. So I'll quickly copy that and paste it here. So now that you can see the source URL or the page in which the 404 error was found, I've pasted that, and I've pasted the target URL, which is the page that I would ultimately want my users to go to. Now there are query parameters as well if you want them to be an exact match. Now this is something that you can set if you exactly know which URL is giving that error, and you can select how you would want to group it. Is it a redirection or if the post has been lightly modified? Now if you've updated a post and say for example you have a post on football and you've gone ahead and modified it to have a lot more information, a lot more perspective as well, and you've deleted the older one. So that would come under modified post. So now that we've cleared that, I'll go ahead and add this redirect. As you can see, this redirect has been saved and it is visible here. So in order to see if this redirect has been done properly or no, I will go back to the same page in which I was getting a 404 error, and I'm going to hit the exact same URL. As you can see, the redirect has worked and I've been redirected to the new article. So you've successfully set up one redirection. You can do this for multiple posts as well. Now, in order to redirect, it is crucial to know under which circumstances redirection is good and under which circumstances you should not redirect. So if your page that is now returning a 404 error, it gets a lot of organic traffic, it's a good idea to redirect them to a new page. However, you need to redirect them to a relevant page only. So if the article that you are redirecting them from is on sports, the article that you're redirecting them to also needs to be on sport. Some also think that using redirection to drive traffic to other sections of their website will help them, but in fact it's not. It's going to harm your SEO. So if you're thinking of driving traffic from your sports section to your tech section, it's not a good idea. Suggesting readers to read articles in tech would be a better idea. You can do that by using footer links on your article itself or having suggestions in your article built in. But doing a 301 redirect is not a good idea, and that is something that I will highly discourage you to do. So that was redirection. Thank you for watching.